Welcome to my channel, Bite of the Word with a well. It's your favorite person here again, Angel from Bite of the Word. Well, I want to talk this evening about how did I become saved. You know, a lot of persons, they want to accept the Lord. They want to serve the Lord. But they don't know how to. They don't know how to start. They don't know where. They don't know what to do. Yes, they go to church. Yes, people have always witnessed to them. But they just don't feel the call. And some of us too, when they look at us who are Christians, we make it seem like Christianity is hard and it's only for us. I want to tell you, believe it or not, before I got saved, I've always felt from a child, because my grandmother always take me to Sabbath school with her. I don't know if I liked Sabbath school. I don't know if I like going to church. I just like traveling with my grandma because I know I would get out of the house. So I had some upbringing there, my grandmother. But after that, I never went to church, ever. From a little baby until I became an adult. And so, but I always felt this nudge that, and I always said, I want to become a Christian. And many persons would sometimes come and talk to me. Church people come and talk to me. And to be honest, I always chase them away from the gate. You know, I hear from them because I was like so many persons that I hear today that is pure hypocrite in church. I used to say that. And I didn't want no church hypocrite come talk to me. But I know I always wanted to be a Christian. But somehow, I didn't think that I want anybody to lead me to Christ. You know, so I made two covenant with God, or two promise to God. One, I said, God, if you let me get married, I am going to give my life to you. Now I always say that, or maybe it's one. So if you make me get married, I'm going to give my life to you. You know, sometimes we make promises to God and we don't, because we don't see things happening, we feel like God don't hear us. He hears us quite well too. And so I made that promise to God that if I got married. And so I got married. And one month after I got married, I received a letter from my sister to come to Westmoreland. This, I believe, was my first time going to Westmoreland. So I asked my other sister to come with me. And we went to Westmoreland. Can I tell you, we missed so many accidents on our way to Westmoreland. And when we got there, my sister said she didn't send a letter. It was the strangest things. I don't know if you have ever had any strange things happening in your life, but that was a strange thing. She said she didn't send a letter to me. Anyway, we slept and we decided that we were going back home to Kingston, to Mandeville. I live in Mandeville. Sorry, I lived in Portmore. So my sister and I we decided that we were going to bomb a ride because my sister said she don't have no money for give it. So we depend we own. So we bomb a ride. And people, subscribers, viewers and listeners, let me tell you something. We bomb a ride. We got a ride from, there was a lady at the back. She was being chauffeur driven. She was coming from the airport with her granddaughter. And so the front was empty. So they put us at the front. And when we got somewhere in Santa Cruz, we met in one of the biggest accidents. My side was totaled and the 4 wheels of the vehicle flew off. Now, when this happened, and I said to myself, it's so healthy. Because, honest to God, I was so ungodly. And I didn't want to have nothing to do with God. Me just do me. And I saw a crowd coming around the car. So the crowd, when they came around the car, I heard one person say, she's not dead. And that's when I realized that I was alive. Right there and then, I heard a voice say to me, serve me now or never. Me not know I wish voice. I don't know I wish voice, but I know I heard the voice say, serve me now or never. And I, in my heart, said to the voice, in my mind, said to the voice, me young, I want to live some life first. And the voice repeated, serve me now or never. Anyway, I don't know if it was conviction or what it is, because I don't know about those words. I didn't know about those words. I turned to my sister, who was a backslider at the time, and said, you know what? I'm going to church tomorrow. She was shocked, because the only time I have been to church before was when I got married. Otherwise, nobody no get me in a church. So I decided that I was going to church. My sister lived in Mandeville. I live in Portmore. We got another ride. Because we are bomb for the day, because we don't have no money. We are bomb right. So we bomb one, we meet in an accident, God spare we life. And we bomb another ride. And you would believe that we would want to go straight to our homes. The man who took us up, took us to a go-go club. And we have to sit down and wait for him until he drinking belly full. Before there, we roll in at my house. Never remember. I remembered half drunk too. Because we not just sit down in at the club all night. So we are drink too. And I dance and I enjoy ourselves. And I remember that I told the Lord that I was going to go to church the morning. Can you believe it, people? I didn't have one dress. We don't have no frock or pair pants me wear. And you know what? I did find a skirt and I did... No, not true. I had one dress that was a dress that I wore to my husband's best friend wedding. The frock no had no back. The whole of it cut out. Anyway, me decide me I go to church. Because I don't know, I never know, say, them have standard in church, you know. So I went to church in the morning and with the naked back, no back. When I went to church and the people, maybe they didn't want to embarrass me. And the lady said, come and sit at the back. She put me at the back. And I saw, they were having communion that morning. All the persons in the church were in white. So I was wondering why they were in white. So I asked the lady if I can get somebody something where everybody get in. That was a communion, but I didn't understand anything about communion. Anyway, she said, I couldn't. Anyway, after that was finished, the pastor began to preach. Let me tell you something. Me mean say, from your adult, Me never go to church. I'm afraid at church. I'm not talk to church people because me just afraid say, me I go get saved. I'm not ready to get saved yet. Me say the pastor start preach. And let me tell you something. In about 20 minutes after the pastor preach, me decide say, he might preach too long. All I wanted, I felt an urge, I felt a prodding on me to run to the altar. Listen to me. I didn't hear a thing that pastor said that morning. All me know say me want go altar. When it was finally finished and the altar call was made, I ran to the altar and I gave my heart to the Lord. Well, pastor announced that there was going to be a baptism the night, and I made up in my mind that I was going to be baptized. No, I don't understand nothing about baptism, but me know say me I go baptize. So I went home. My husband, who know me as a virago, as a terrible woman, oh God, thank you for grace, Jesus. He know me. So when I went home, I didn't tell him about my plans to get baptized. I told him I was going back to church. And so I again searched around in my closet. I found a skirt and a blouse that I could wear that was appropriate for church. And I went back to church. And the night I stood up and gave my testimony, let me tell you something. The whole church cried. I kind of condensed the story a little bit, but the whole church cried. And I got baptized. Now, the woman who left home wasn't the woman who was going back going back home. Because the woman who left home was a bad word, cussing, rum drinking woman, a terrible woman. So I got baptized and I went home. Now, when I went home, I was afraid to tell my husband that I got saved. I don't know anything, but I knew that in my heart, I was sincere with what I did. But I know that because of who I am, who he knew I was, he was going to judge me. So I was afraid to tell him. So I went into the room. I came out of the room. I went into the room. I came out of the room. How am I going to tell this man that I just got baptized? Anyway, after many visiting the room and coming out of the room, I eventually said to him, me baptized. I just blurted out, me baptized. He said, what? What you say? You think God a mockery? And I started crying. Because I know in my heart that I meant it. I don't know what I had to suffer. I don't know what I was going to go through. I don't know what this Christianity was about. But I know that in my heart, when I gave my life to the Lord, and that night, the 7th of January, I think, 1990, I know I meant it. My husband, I don't know if he believed, because he didn't get saved, but I tell you, I had a hard time living with him and being a Christian, because he wouldn't believe me, and everything I did know, he resisted it and started persecuting me, in a sense. And, you know, because I was young and stupid too, because I believe that because I got saved, my husband should have gotten saved too. But not so, not so. And so I've had to learn a lot of things. So I want to say to somebody today, a lot of us believe that when we get saved, we're going to feel some special thing. I didn't feel any special thing. I just know that I wanted to and I had to. And I am glad that I did when I did. Because had I hesitated for 1 minute, probably I would not be alive today and I would not be saved. And I made that conscious decision out of an accident. If I believe God was aware of the accident and he allowed it. He didn't cause the accident, but he allowed it just to just to disturb my comfort zone. And so many of us, God has been speaking to us. He has been messing up our plans, allowing the enemy to mess up our plans, because he's speaking to us, because he wants us to change. There is purpose in all of us' life, and you can never know your purpose until you come to know Christ. I am glad that I made that decision that January morning. And I encourage you too, if you are feeling, because I've gotten dreams and all those things, I was getting them before. God was prodding me, but I wasn't listening. And so he said, you're not here. So I have to go show you something. But I'm giving him thanks that he spared my life that morning. And I went to church. I kept my promise. I kept my promise that I was, look here, me never promised to get saved. I didn't go to church to get saved. I kept my promise to go to church the morning, and God did the rest. I encourage you, if you're feeling a desire to come to Christ, don't wait. Don't wait for him to disturb your comfort zone. Don't wait for him to mess up your plans, because believe me, I can say I was one of the blessed ones. Some people, is only when them have one eye, 1 foot, half them have, is only when they are crippled or sick that they come to know Christ. But thank God, I became a Christian healthy, with all my members intact, and I still have them. And I give thanks to God. So I encourage you this afternoon. It's not going to be easy, but it's one of the best decisions you could ever make. God bless you. Remember to share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on your notification bell. You see, I have a lot of videos. Those videos will miss you when I put them out if you do not turn your notification. When you turn on your notification bell, as soon as I post a video, it's going to pop up on your screen. So God on your screen. So God bless you richly, as I hope you will enjoy this little story that I gave you. The story of how I got saved. All right. Bless you. God bless you. God bless you.